everybody. Welcome to episode 51 of the Unwrapped Leader Podcast, where we get raw, real, and relevant in the new network marketing and helping you become a gifted leader in your business. My name is Teisha from Canada.
And I'm Dracy from Australia.
And today's episode is actually going to be a continuation of episode 49 that we did called How to Have Confidence in Your Pyramid Scheme. So if you haven't already seen that episode, it performed pretty well actually, and we enjoyed just poking a little bit fun at the topic that we went on, but we had to do a continuation of it because something recently came to light that Dracy was saying kind of started appearing for her, and she wanted to talk about it. I'm like, okay, let's do an episode. So I don't even know much of what she wants to share today, so I'm definitely going to let her take the lead on this, and I'm excited to do this continuation. But if you haven't already seen episode 49, pause this, go to episode 49, give it a watch, and then come back here and you can see our continuation of it on here. But also some exciting stuff. Last episode, we just celebrated 50 episodes with the Unwrapped Leader, which seems so crazy. So if you haven't seen that one, go show us some support and love on episode 50. We had a great time with that one. It's all about staying the course in your business. So make sure you go check that one out. As well as before we get into today, I want to just quickly touch on, we are starting to work more and prioritize our email list. And we know we have so many of you that have opted into freebies in the past and our email list. And, you know, there were some things that Dracy and I have just been struggling with in terms of balancing all the little things, right? Like managing your group, managing your podcast, managing your social media, that we did let go of a few things and kind of took on to others. But now we are starting to get organized. We have told you guys we did hire a virtual assistant a little while ago, and we are getting back on track with that. We have created some great valuable content and some more awesome freebies coming your way. So if you guys aren't already subscribed to our email list, then make sure you guys just go click the show notes of this episode. You'll see our link tree with all of our free resources in there. They're all connected to our email list. So go find a freebie that you love. We have a gifts analysis to kind of do an assessment on your business if you don't already have your hands on that. I know that we're coming into, I believe, the third quarter of the year in July. So it might be a good time to print a new one of those out and start kind of assessing where you're at in your business. But we also still have our Unwrap Your Brand Masterclass. If you haven't already seen it, it is completely free, and it is 2 hours of such incredible content that will really get you kickstarted on your social media and your brand. So you can opt into that. It comes with a free workbook and everything, and that is all free to you from us. So go check that out. And then last but not least, before we get started, we have something really, another big exciting milestone we want to share with you guys. We have officially hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Woohoo! So I'm super excited. We've been really pushing for that number 100 forever. So to hit it on episode 50 was a great feeling.
I know. And it just shows the perseverance and persistence it takes, you know, and I really think about it when you start your own business. You know, you got to do at least a good 50 presentations till you start to kind of get a groove. And it takes 18 months to 2 years till you start kind of getting business growing and on fire. And that's kind of what we're doing. So, and I know people have a goal. They say when you come into the business, if you can work on getting your first 100 customers, because then from your customers, you're going to have business builders, and from your business builders, you're going to have leaders. And so these are magic numbers for us. So we did it, Teisha. So congratulations. I know to some saying a podcast with 100 subscribers isn't much, but we know it's gaining momentum. So our next goal is 1,000. So please share this and help us reach our 1,000, because we know from there it is going to grow and explode. That's the goal. So
I want to add too, like we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, but to be completely honest, I have no idea. And maybe I need to look into this. I'm thinking how many people are actually subscribed on like our Apple podcasts and our Spotify's, because we have found that, you know, just looking at the stats, we're getting about half of our viewers from YouTube and then half of them from podcasting, from Spotify and Apple. So if you guys are on there listening too, like we appreciate you as well. And thank you so much if you are subscribed to our channel on there as well. I honestly have not even looked though, so I should really look at those stats, because I'm sure we have more than 100 people now.
Teisha, we were talking about this last week, and I have a bunch of books, and we're stocking you up with some books down in Canada, or up in Canada. So why not anyone who's actually watching and listening, if you could do a screenshot and share that you've been watching or listening to our podcast. And if you go and post that on your story or post that anywhere on your social media and tag us, we're going to send you a book. So we're going to send out the first 10 people to actually do that. We're going to send out 10 books, 5 in North America, 5 down under. We're going to send out some books to you. So who is going to tag us and that they are listening? Does that sound like a good plan, Teisha?
Yeah, we're live and we're keeping it in here. So of course, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And you know what, if you already have a book too, this could be such a great asset to, gift someone a book on your team, or, someone that is another business builder in your life that you feel could really take these lessons to and just run with them in their business. So yeah, definitely episode 51, take a screenshot, whether you're watching on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. And okay, wait, we have a contingency. You need to be subscribed to our channel so you can help us get to that next milestone in our business too. But that sounds great. Or what I'm even thinking we could maybe put, do you want to do the first 10 or do you want to put everyone in a draw?
Well, let's just see what happens next week. Let's see how many we get. Hey, I'm happy to say the first 10 because that just creates sense of urgency. And if there's more people, I'll even do more. We can even draw out some more. So let's have some fun.
If you're watching this live on the premiere, you're lucky because you're the first to hear. So
absolutely. Yes. And that shows why it's good to subscribe, because you get notified when there is an episode happening. So are you ready for this one? Because I am so jacked up. Like, seriously, I don't think I've ever used that word in my life. But we talk about this podcast being raw, real, and relevant. And so today, this is going to be the most relevant and real podcast we do, because we usually have show notes. We usually have tips and ideas. And this one, I'm saying, let's just do this, because we did episode 49 on having confidence in your pyramid scheme. And the reason why we brought that up is because we know as industry business builders that our most common objection is, is this a pyramid scheme? That the average person out there thinks network marketing and pyramid scheme are the same. And I know we kind of exposed that myth in that episode. But since then, I have watched on Netflix, and it just shows how woke it is and how controlled media and in the dialogue that's going on in there, because there was a financer. I'm not even going to give names because I don't even want to give them credit, but there was something on there on finances. There was like 9 episodes to help you in your finance, which is like, hey, that's fantastic. Great ideas, tips on budgeting and investing and saving and side hustles. And they completely dissed the network marketing industry. I was so gobsmacked about it. For someone who was supposedly so educated to be so close-minded on the industry and so negative about something that has impacted so many people's lives. So I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? And then as well, I was watching this Canadian episode of a series, and again, I'm not giving it the name, but it's very relevant around women, working moms in the industry. And again, they did a complete episode on dissing the network marketing industry. And I'm thinking, wow, isn't this interesting? And I'm thinking, why would this be? And again, who is in control of the narrative and in the dialogue in the mainstream media? And again, it comes down to, because we are becoming more and more powerful in the industry, that again, the people at the top are trying to push it down. And it made it really relevant, because the more we are speaking out loud and more people joining the industry, especially on social media, so many people are sharing their products, their opportunities, they're giving value content on mindset and community, that it makes sense why the mainstream is really making a big effort to diss this. And so I thought, I want to talk about this, because it's really become my passion and my voice, because I've seen a Teisha Dorianna, and I've seen so many other women like her be able to grow their confidence, grow a business, and have the flexibility and freedom in their lives to change other people's lives. And because I've seen that over the last 30 years, this is why we've created the Unwrapped Leader brand, made a book, did a podcast, so we can talk about that. So I want to talk about that some more, Teisha. So you want to know what I've done since then?
What?
Okay, so I started just doing a couple things. Number one, I'm going to come back to, I decided to use a little AI and see what AI had to say. So I went to our Canva, Magic Write, and I just, again, threw questions out there and I wanted to explore this. So these are 3 questions I put, and I thought I would share this with you. And then I got some more heavy hitters to share. Number one, I put, why is the network marketing profession so misunderstood? Are you ready for it? The network marketing profession is sometimes misunderstood because of misconceptions and negative stereotypes associated with it. Some people may view it as a pyramid scheme or a get-rich-quick scam, when in reality, it is a legitimate business model that involves building relationships, selling products or services through a network of distributors. Additionally, some individuals may have had a negative experience with certain companies or distributors, which can further contribute to the misunderstanding about a profession. So right there, I want to unpack that one. I did this thing on, okay, let's look at the sports industry. How many professionals, how many people, all of us kids played a sport, whether it be baseball, soccer, football, basketball, whatever. And how many of us like, oh my God, love it so much, we want to be professionals. How many people out of all those kids actually become professional athletes? 1%, maybe, okay? But think of all of us, if we knew only 1% could succeed, so none of our parents put us in any sport because, oh my God, only 1% succeed. And maybe there was some bad coaches along the way, and maybe there's some good coaches along the way. But just think about, had we not had that community, had we not had those skills to learn to better ourselves and teamwork and just all kinds of other great things that come with being in sport. And much like the network marketing industry, there is a community of people with a positive attitude that help build and lift people up. And yes, maybe only the 1% get the top 6-figure incomes, but did you know that the network marketing industry is over $167 billion industry? That means that money is distributed amongst so many people, and the industry has more millionaires than any other industry. Now, I just talked about sport. Let's think about musicians. How many musicians, actually elite musicians, that make it to the top? But imagine if we just didn't go into becoming musicians. We wouldn't have the skill set of learning an instrument or being able to bring good music to people, even if you're playing down at a pub or for your family around a campfire with a guitar, because, oh my God, it's not good because only 1% of the people actually succeed as being a musician. Now, this is me being lighthearted, but you'll even think about a real estate agent or even a doctor or anything like that. I just wanted to say there are some good people and there are some bad people. And so maybe the industry has had some bad people that have not necessarily done right by people, but I can tell you that this industry stands for this, that the majority of the people in the industry, this is the value focus our industry has: positivity, like-minded people that have a growth mindset, a personal development. We have a value on people development, social skills, having a PhD in social skills, meaning grateful attitude, as well as being a good listener, a communicator. This is what our industry actually encourages. We encourage being of service to people, helping people solve problems. We help people create communities. And so this is where we get a paycheck of the heart. Honestly, like, if we don't help you succeed, we don't succeed. And so to me, it is an industry that helps lift people up and lift people to leadership. And so I don't know about you, Teisha, but to me, that just kind of got my goat going, just knowing that that our industry is being hacked and being dissed, and that there is even people who may have had a not so positive experience or maybe gave up for whatever reason. I think our last episode is that, why people give up and don't succeed. And so they've made it their right to go on social media and create actual Instagram accounts and YouTube channels on why the network marketing industry is a scam and a pyramid scheme. To me, it's just called negative clickbait. They're just trying to get attention and have a conversation. So we love you people, because all it does is create more awareness for our industry. We love it that those of you out there that are showing up every day and sharing your passions and things you're proud of are really lifting our industry up. And that's why the mainstream media and the mainstream is scared of us, because after the last 3 years, so many people right now are looking for more opportunity. Okay, Teisha, we talked about this. You go to school, you go to uni, you go get a job, only to find out it's not enough money. So then you need a side hustle. You work those 40 hours a week, only to work for 40 years, only to retire. And because of that, so many people are not fulfilled. So many people are not having enough money. So they're looking for the side hustle, and they find these side hustles that completely feed their passion. And they completely see that the system actually works. And so why you see so many people now leaving these full-time jobs and wanting to run their own business. And the big thing going on right now is Amazon going so big, so huge, and the mainstream media shrinking the middleman, shrinking the small businesses. So many small businesses in the last 3 years have closed down, while so many more people like ourselves in the network marketing industry are coming into this industry and showing up. And why is that? Why is that? It's because in our small business model, they take all of their life savings to open up a small business. And then they have all this overhead to maintain. And just think of the stress that goes behind that. Hence why so many of those small businesses do close down and shut down in the first 1 year to 2 years. And so why are more and more people looking at what we have to do? Is because our business model has a small, if not zero, investment. Our business model has no, if not very little, overhead. Our business model is here to serve and solve problems and give people solutions to their problems. Hence why our industry is lifting so much. And I can so totally see why the big guys are trying to push it down. So that was just one question I had.
I want to say something really quick on that. So like what you've been hearing, like YouTube on Netflix and all that kind of stuff, like, would you even go, I want you to go a bit more into detail on what they actually said, but also like, I just want to bring forward too, like so many of the studies done on like the level of success when they're measuring levels of success in this industry. And like, I don't know exactly what they were saying on these things that you heard and stuff, but I would be so curious, like, to know, and maybe they said it, maybe they didn't, but how are they measuring success? And how do they know that their definition of success was the same definition as everyone else who decided to pursue this industry, right? Like, there's definitely so many gray areas there, and there's so many, like, I don't know what the word is. I remember I used to look into research articles a lot when I was doing my psychology degree, and it was always like, what is like the measurable here? Like, and what are the outside factors that could, possibly make this research article kind of like void, right? Like, what are the outside things that we can't control that could have had an effect on the results? And there's so many when it comes to this, because not everyone joins a network marketing industry for, like their idea. That's why when people come and join, like, I ask them, what will make you feel successful? And a lot of it doesn't have to do with money. A lot of people do join it for money, which is great, but it's not.
But the market, but it's small. The people who join it for maybe just that extra $500 a month, because that is the difference between a family going bankrupt or not, is an extra $500. Most families don't even have an extra $600 in their bank account for an emergency. And the average North American Australian has more than over $5,000 worth of credit card debt right now as we speak. And so just to cover that small amount to them would be success.
I know. And there's so many different things that people see as success. Yet when it comes to, these big shows or whatever, making big claims on our industry and whatever the heck else they were saying, what is their proof that the people that were being studied was, did they say what they're like? And at the end of the day too, it's like, people in any industry can set realistic or unrealistic goals, but in many industries you're given a wage, and that's your capped wage. And maybe you can, get $1 or $2 increase in your wage. Maybe there's some room to move up there, but really, like, there's a cap there. And if that's your definition of success, is just having a job where you just show up and do the bare minimum and come home, I think whatever works for you. But if like there's so much potential where we are, and like there's so many people too that I literally see every day on my newsfeed. I'm a part of just random networking groups. It has nothing to do with business, but like I feel like the number one thing that comes up in my YouTube on my feed is things of people saying like, I'm so desperate for work right now. I can't find a job for the life of me. I have a degree in this and that, and like I got let go or I got laid off and I can't find anything. There's no work. And to me, it's like, my first instinct is just like, right now, universities and degrees don't guarantee jobs. It comes down to your character and who you are as a person. Even when you look on resumes, like online nowadays, it doesn't always say like you need to have a degree in this. It just says, if you have a degree, that's an asset, but like we don't, like it's not required. And people are always going to go with, honestly, it comes down to connections, and it comes down to how you are going to connect with the person that you're talking to. And so if you don't have those people skills and you're not personally growing yourself, like even if your experience is in a 9-to-5 where you had a degree, but again, you were just showing up and doing the bare minimum because you were getting paid the bare minimum and there was really no way to earn extra, then like what skills are you really learning? Like I feel like you're not really growing as a person when you're put in a position like that forever. You don't have a reason to do better or to strive to be better or to grow and work on yourself. Like things are changing so much, and people, and it's crazy that people would like rule out this industry just because of outside information that isn't even like accurate. Like I feel like the studies aren't even accurate because there's so many outside factors that they can't take into consideration because they don't know. So I'm interested to hear from what you heard the other day and wanted to continue this episode. Like what were they saying?
That's the thing, Teisha. They were just saying closed-minded statements with no facts to back it up. And they were specifically attacking a specific company. And again, companies that have history. You just go to the Direct Selling Association. Now that association was actually created to protect the consumer. And so to be a part of the DSA, the Direct Sellers Association, you have to go through a lot of policies and procedures to be able to showcase and perform as a company. And all of these companies that we are talking about and protecting are companies that have been around for years and have proof and have success stories in their products, in their programs, as well as their people. And so they definitely don't have anything to back what they were saying. So here's another question that I put on AI, on our Magic Write on Canva. Why is the network marketing profession so powerful? So this is what it had to say. There are several reasons why the network marketing profession can be a powerful profession. I love that it said profession like that. It allows individuals to build their own business without the high startup costs of traditional bricks and mortar businesses. It also offers the flexible hours of potential unlimited income. Additionally, network marketing relies on the power of relationships and word-of-mouth marketing, which can effectively generate sales and build a strong customer base. Boom. Right there, number one is pyramid schemes are illegal. And so these businesses wouldn't be the businesses they were if they were illegal, because what makes them illegal is they don't have a customer base. They're not selling a product or a service. They're just doing an exchange of people and money. What we have is a strong customer base. We do not succeed unless we create customers, and only way we get customers is if we provide a solution to their problems. So I don't know about you, but I just was really proud to say that it had the proof in the pudding on why we are so powerful. And what I would add to that again is the fact that we help lift people up into leadership. And when you lift people up to leadership and you learn those leadership skills, it spreads out and pours out into their families, into their communities, and into the world as a whole, not just in our industry. And so, so that was number two. I have a third one. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear them.
All right, this one. How does one overcome a negative misconception of the network marketing industry? One way to overcome negative misconception of the network marketing is to educate oneself about the industry and the specific company being considered. It is also important to focus on building genuine relationships that offer value to the potential customers rather than just trying to make a quick sale. Finally, this is my favorite, being transparent and honest about the business model so you can build the trust in others. And so this is what makes our business model so powerful, because our business model is when you help enough people get what they want and they help them get, other people help them get what they want. What it does is it lifts everybody in the profession. So that's why we'll say you get 5 people and they get 5 people and they get 5 people. Like, that's just the terminology and a structure, and just to showcase the power of it. If you want to read something really good, it's called Your 4-Year Career by Richard Brooks. I think I have it here, but it's called The 4-Year Career, and it showcases and shares the power of network marketing, and how if you were to take 1 penny and you double it every day for 30 days, do you know how much that penny would be worth on the 31 day?
No.
$5 million. Over $5 million. I might be exaggerating, but it's definitely in the millions. Okay. So go and double a penny every day. So that's, if you go out on our business model and you go and double yourself. So today you're 1, tomorrow you're 2, 4, 6, 8. You keep doubling that. Sorry, I maybe did that wrong. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 252.
I remember you doing this on another podcast we recently had. You were like doing your math.
And so I'm at 1,008, and then 2016, and then all of a sudden more 4,000. It just keeps doubling. But I challenge you guys to do the power of that. I know Tom Chanel, he does a brilliant job of doubling every day and doing a song around it. All I'm saying to you is that is the business model, and it works, and it's real, and I love it. And I think it's completely something that I'm powerful. I was a single mother on social assistance, and I was so blessed to come into this industry and have this kind of opportunity to be able to have the flexibility, to be able to be home, be the breadwinner, the ball breaker, as well as the baker in my home. I have 4 fabulous children, and I have 4 grandchildren. And had I not been in this industry, to be able to be there to support them and still have a steady income stream to give my kids an above average lifestyle. So anybody want to come and challenge me or attack me on the industry, on any kind of negativity, bring it on. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think that the thing that I'm the most proud of is like being open to an industry like this, and not just being open, but taking in everything that it has to offer, and just going and just leaving my comfort zone a little bit every day, because it brought me, like, for me, it's the life that I live today that I'm just like, I'm so proud of and I love. Like I was telling Dracy today, she was like, when do you want to film? Do you want to film at like 3? Do I have to get ready fast? And I was like, no, let's film at like 4:35. And then when we hopped on, she's like, how was your day? I'm like, oh, I was suntanning in my backyard. Like, I just wanted to soak up the sun today. And like, I feel like I can do that because I worked so hard. I had so much dedication, and I still do, but I think that it's allowed me to live that life of fulfillment that I've always wanted. And I take a look at everything that I've accomplished in my life, and I feel like there is a lot of things that I've accomplished and pushed through, and it brought me to where I am today. But if you ask, like, I remember when I graduated with my psychology degree, and then also with my after education degree, I didn't have any desire. And this was before I actually, my psych degree, but this was before I was introduced to this industry. But I did not have any desire to go attend my graduation and like accept my certificate. Like I didn't care at all. Like the people that I was with, I like that I met through the process, like I liked them and everything, and great community, but I had no desire to I just didn't have any desire to do it. And I didn't make a big deal out of it. And because I didn't, no one else did, right? Like there wasn't like, oh my gosh, you graduated, here's a cake, and here, like no one really cared because I didn't really care. And I realize now it's because I just wasn't really fulfilled. It just felt like it was good lessons and I learned so much, but at the end of the day, I felt like I'm not fulfilled, and this wasn't like my end game. So I was like, oh, I'll go to my graduation when I get my education degree, because that's what I was really wanting. And then that came around. I was in this industry at the time too, just at the beginning, but even after that came around, I graduated. I didn't go to my grad. I I don't know. It's not that I'm not proud of myself, because I think that I had to do a lot of, stepping outside my comfort zone and things that really challenged me, but I still didn't feel like any sort of desire to do that. And I just didn't. So again, I didn't make a big deal about it. So no one else did. And there were so many things in my life that I felt, like proud of, but not fulfilled, if that makes sense. Like you could.
So now tell me, Teisha, then you've been leveling up leadership levels. Tell me, how has that been feeling for you?
What do you mean by that? I don't know.
You've become a leader and helping other people become leaders. So how does that feel about fulfillment to you?
Yeah, like I feel like it's like a step up. It was like a step up every year. It was like my first year, I was just getting to know it. And that's where I really, really learned a lot about customer service. I learned a lot about sales and how to not just make a sale, but make an impact. And that's where I really started to feel really good about myself, because I was seeing that from other people, which I was seeing that too when I was in the education system, right? Like seeing like kids finally understand a concept is really rewarding. But also just seeing people get results with something that, it also just felt like my own at the time, because I could make my own hours and it was very flexible. Like I had to come up with what I was going to say. It wasn't a magic script that I would just plug in. Like I obviously saw and learned from other people, but it was still myself and my personality. So when you see yourself directly growing and impacting people, it made a difference. And then that following year, it was like, okay, I'm really good at this. Now, what can I do to level up? And it seemed like it was something new every year. And this time it's like, I want to help other people, go from that shy, insecure girl like I was to someone that was very confident in what they were doing. And so I started to build up a team in my first year, and that started to just like explode like crazy. As soon as I put out my passion for it, other people did, right? Because other people are going to sense the same kind of energy around you. And then after that, it was like, what am I going to do this year? Now I have a great team. I'm really good at sponsoring. I'm really good at sales and impacting people. Now I want to help people build up to leadership. I want other people to start to see this as a true profession. Because I think it was like in my third year that I really decided to go full time with this. And that's when I was like, this is a professional career that other people can do and have, and they can brush up on those skills. They can, they can take away so much from this industry. So I think just that consistent leveling up, like that's the most rewarding to me. And that's what I'm most proud of.
Well, Teisha, here's the thing. You have decided, and that's the big word, is you made the big decision. And so for people out there that have a high value of fulfillment, freedom, and flexibility, this industry is for you. And all you have to do is go and attach yourself to a great community, start learning to connect with people, and have a servant heart of being able to care, community, and connection. And so many people out there have been laid off, let go. And when you decide to level up, you can and say yes to this opportunity, you can create a bright future. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this episode. Share this episode with someone that is really challenged with the pyramid scheme idea and the objections that they get around it. So you can build yourself up 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and you can be a network marketing superstar, because it's very possible. And we are just waiting for you to step up and step out. Woo! So I guess like this episode, please comment if you've gotten any nuggets on it. Share if you really feel there's somebody out there. And if you've been listening on a podcast, please give us a 5-star review. And again, let's wrap this up. We want to give away some of our books, because this is a manual. You can go to bed with him every night, because he is a step-by-step guide on how you can become a gifted leader in your network marketing business. So you guys all have a great day. Thank you. Thanks, Teisha. You're awesome.
See you guys next week. Bye. And if you guys do want to get your hands on one of 10 free books of the Unwrapped Leader, make sure you guys like this video, and please leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you have been enjoying this episode. And lastly, like we mentioned, take a picture of you watching this, whether it be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We'd love to hear where you're listening from, and just post it on your stories. Tag at the Unwrapped Leader so we can take a look. And the first 10 people to do so are going to get their hands on a free copy of our book. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Bye.